All right, so we figure we're gonna get right to the point because it's 9:01, and as you can hear, there's no music playing in the background. You'll probably hear me listening or watching. Well, technically, since I'm doing the podcast, I'm gonna be listening in on AEW, but I got a little surprise for you guys. For anyone that's watching, I'm just go straight to it. Been playing a little bit too much of Halo today. Now, earlier, I finally completed Halo 5 Guardians, and I pretty much finished that. We just mowed through that story real quick. I didn't do it all in one day, obviously. I worked early this morning till like early afternoon, and then I pretty much just hopped on because I told myself that I wasn't going to play Halo Infinite's campaign until I beat Halo 5 Guardians campaign. So once I did that, hopped on Halo Infinite, and I am having some fun with Halo Infinite, their campaign. Um, I feel like I am invested in this story long term. I've been playing Halo ever since it was on the original, I guess on the original, yes, on the original Xbox, and have beaten every single mainstream Halo game there's been. So, been playing around a little bit. Um, Tonight's show is episode 40. This is also a season finale. I think this season 4 season finale. Because after this show, after this episode, I'm gonna take the holiday break, like everyone else is taking their holiday breaks, and switch to the main view right here. So everybody's taking their breaks. I'm gonna take mine. I've taken several breaks throughout the year just to, rethink some things about this podcast, but at the same time, I want to continue on. So there will be a season 5, but I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. Do I want to go back to StreamYard so everyone who who joins in live can actually be interactive once again, or do I want to continue with this and have my music, because it seems like there's something that I sacrifice whenever I do StreamYard, and that is the music. Now, StreamYard has an option where you can pre-record stuff. You can actually hold it there, and you can do it that way. So the other option is to do pre-recorded podcasts, because obviously I don't have enough live listeners to really vouch for the fact that to really vouch for doing a live podcast anymore. So it seems like everything has been going backwards. Viewership definitely went down this season. I figured it had to do with me going every 2 weeks, moving to Friday, taking multiple breaks, and I figured people just was like, yeah, whatever. He's not into it. Well, if he's not into it, I'm not into it. So everyone just bowed out. So I see a bunch of y'all every now and again, so that's pretty good. So, like I said, tonight wasn't gonna be long. Matter of fact, and this is, even though this is gonna go on Spotify, and I really don't know. I really think I should just play a little bit of this Halo Infinite while I'm on stream. But the thing is, like I said, this goes up on Spotify, and what's it gonna look like? I'm gonna be silent most of the time. Like, I got my quips out the way early. There was one interaction I had with the aliens, the enemies, where one of the enemies I encountered was like, "Oh, if I kill this Spartan, everybody would know my name." So I one shot him with that powerful ass pistol that they got on there, and I was just like, "Come on, everybody knows your name is George." Yeah, it was the creatures that had that were from the trailer that was named George, and yeah, But that pistol in Halo Infinite is crazy. You pretty much one shot a lot of aliens in this game with that gun. It's like the original Halo had that pistol, that one shotter. If you just hit somebody a couple of times and they're out. So this one and the sound effects. I think since they updated the Halo series, the sound effects have been you can feel them and they definitely sound a lot better than they were before. So I give it up to Halo 4, 5, and 6, even though I consider 4, 5, and at 6 is obviously Halo Infinite. I really consider 4 and 5 not the best Halos. I always figured the best Halo was, I think, Halo 3 because of the finale at the end of it. Also beat ODST. Reach had a great story, I thought. So Reach and ODST definitely had a great story, and Reach's story was sad overall because basically the quip I used to say whenever Noble would show up on First and Frame Rates when I was part of that podcast, when I was part of the podcast, every time he would show up, I would make a reminder to tell everybody that, hey, this dude is named after the team that got wiped out in Halo Reach because they were called Noble Team. Noble, they all but one got wiped out. It was the guy. I don't know if the guy. I forgot who survived from that team, but according to the Halo lore, that guy was the sole survivor of Noble Team, and of course, you saw your character fight for, I guess, as long as humanly possible before being, struck down by an elite. So, but yeah, I'm definitely having fun with Halo Infinite. The grapple melee combo during this campaign has been clutch. Been able to maneuver quickly around the room, pretty much warping around the room. I actually caught one enemy looking up because that's what he saw me last. He was looking up, and I had zip lined to the other side and just shot him in the head one time. He didn't see it. He never saw it coming. And a lot of these kills in the story mode have been very satisfying. I will say that. I will say that at least. So I'm enjoying myself. I know I'm repeating myself, but I was waiting to play Halo Infinite as far as the campaign was concerned, because that's as far as Halo is concerned. I had my fun in the early years as far as the multiplayer, but for me, it's always been about the story. And I'm like, I had an issue with Halo 4, what they did with Cortana, but I see now how it's playing out long term. And yeah, I'm heavily invested in this story long term. So if you got a Xbox Series S or an X, I definitely recommend getting Halo just for the campaign, because I have not touched the multiplayer and I probably will not. Halo is not my game. I know. Let's play Battlefield 2042 in its current state. I know a lot of people are not really liking the current state of Battlefield 2042. And it's crazy because I'm having fun, but it's obvious that this team didn't think this through. Even though the game was delayed, I may have talked about it a little bit last episode, but in your main game to not have the standard modes available in a browser selection type function is crazy. To throw everything selectable in Portal was like, oh, we're not gonna like. I felt like this team didn't really work on this game as much as you would think they should have worked on this game. It felt like, you know how like you do homework and it's not due until like 3 days later. You're given homework, it's not due until 3 days later, but you wait until the final night before it's due to work on it and possibly turn it in. You know the type of rush job that you do when you do that. Trust me, I'm notorious for stuff like that. I once did a 20-page paper. I did an overnighter, and the paper was due the next day. Hadn't worked on it, hadn't done any research. I did the research, I did the rough draft. So basically, I wrote like 40 pages. Actually, no, that's a lie. I did the 20-page paper, and with today's technology, you're not wasting 40 pages to write a research paper. You're typing it out and editing as you go along. That's what proofreading is now these days. It's not writing it out, outlines. No. It's it's a finished product, but you can patch it up after you're done. Pretty much like video games is now. So yeah, so Battlefield 2042 needs rush, needs team deathmatch, needs conquest, and obviously breakthrough, all in their main game, and be able to do it where you can select the browser and the number of players to do it. I know Westy is suggesting, and Westy is a guy, I think he's over in the UK, where he's suggesting where, you can have Rush for 64 players. Now, being an old time Battlefield player coming in Battlefield Bad Company 2, Rush used to be what, 32 players, 16 on each side. So, but right now, all those needs are sort of taken care of in the portal, which is a cesspool for farming. And honestly, I didn't really understand why they allow people to progress, even though you can, like, because literally, I've upgraded a lot of stuff basically playing the AI. I've played a handful of multiplayer games, but a lot of times I get home from work, I don't want to do too much. I'll just play like the solo versions of Breakthrough and Conquest, and I get all my weapons upgraded, and I can carry them into the multiplayer with those things upgraded. I mean, I think that's it. I'm calling myself out on this, but it is kind of lame. It shouldn't have never. They should, like, if you're gonna play the AI like I have, I would suggest making everything unlocked when you switch over to solo and whatever. Because I figure if you're gonna do that, you're either practicing or just want to chill and just play, test guns, do all that type of stuff. I learned how to fly the helicopter for the first time in this series, and I just had to, test the controls and stuff like that. I could do a lot of the stuff that people could have done in the past battlefields. Now that I found the universal helicopter controls, because everyone knows if you want to go up or down, they need to be on the trigger button or and be able to switch and gun people down and switch back to the pilot and do all those like dive bombing runs, dive gunning runs, all that type of stuff. So I think, you know, the solo co-op mode should be used more for that, especially if we're going against AI. And also give us the opportunity to go up against 121 players, 28 players, AI, all AI, like one versus on, it wouldn't be one versus, but obviously 64 versus 64, to give us the mayhem of AI running everywhere in the solo co-op part. But then obviously multiplayer is what it is. Multiplayer, like when I really wanted like play against people, I just jump on the multiplayer. But again, I think it was a bad idea for someone to be able to unlock everything against the AI in solo co-op and carry it over to multiplayer. I think it's stupid. I think it's lazy game design, and it's not, and it feels cheap. Let's be honest. I to unlock all those to first of all be able to unlock guns playing against AI. Yeah. No matter how much you slow the progression down, I know you get more points when it's multiplayer and you're playing against other humans, but come on. Yeah, so and they definitely need to get new maps in there quick. Not really complaining about the guns so much. I'm like, my dumbass had to realize that they did have the Scar H in there. And for the record, that is a Scar H. That is not the Scar L. The fact that it says heavy in the description means it's Scar H. Because H heavy, L light. That's not a Scar L with the grenade launcher. That's a Scar H with the grenade launcher attachment. So that's that. All right, so what else can I bring up in this episode? Because like I said, this was gonna be short. Um, Let me see where I'm at right now, because this probably be like a 30-minute episode. Like I said, be quick to the point. Okay, we're at like 17 minutes, so we're good to go. So more than likely, people will watch this. I see people, they do like get a chance to watch it archived. So I do appreciate anybody who gives the show a look archived. If you happen to join in live, I used to have more live viewers, but ever since I was being inconsistent with the frequency of the show and the long breaks I took, multiple long breaks that I took, then that pretty much washed out the live viewership. So season 5 may start off pre-recorded until I actually get people that say, hey, I can watch you live, just give me a time and I'll be there. If I get more people coming to me saying, hey, I can watch your stuff live, I'll probably just do pre-recorded stuff until that happens for season 5. I think season 5 can be more of a, to the point type of thing. If it's pre-recorded, it's probably gonna be like 20, 30 minutes or so. Probably like hit one or two topics, and then that's it. So we'll see how that works out. Um, I mean, there's not really a lot going on socially. I know they're talking about this Omicron version of COVID-19. And as of right now, everybody's eligible for the booster. Matter of fact, CDC is urging everybody to get the booster. Mayor de Blasio has just made it mandatory for people to get vaccinated for work, which is insane in the first place. But people voted for that guy because because he's a Democrat. And Democrats are supposed to be for the people, but Democrats, a lot of them have been hypocrites, and they haven't been for the people. But that's a different story. That's something I could probably start off season 5 with, because by the time we come back, several things probably would have taken place by then. Don't know what, but we'll see. Republicans ain't shit either. They never been for the people. They just too busy lining their own pockets with stuff, and and then you Trump supporters, you definitely take the cake. Like I don't like. It seems like I am the enemy. Like as far as my views have been, because I've ever since 2016, my views have just been nuanced and in the gray. I've not that I've made enemies, but people don't like my views. And when it comes to politics, they don't like the fact that they don't know where I stand, or they can't control my opinion, and that I'm not listening to CNN and Fox and MSNBC and all those types of folks. I'm listening to independent journalists that don't have any overhead. Just like I play video games that don't I play a lot of video games that don't have too much overhead, and how according to a video I did recently, which and matter of fact, I'll bring that up real quick because I did a video and it was based on the report that came out from SGO. And the funny thing about it is that you know I know in my video I made sure I said that nothing official came from EA as far as a response. And they did wind up responding, but the funny thing was, why would they used IGN to respond to a rumor? IGN didn't ask that question. SGO did. These, it's like, how do you, how can you call yourself a reputable company if you can't even directly answer somebody's question to them? You literally went on it. It's just like Kamala Harris. When Tulsi asked her, hey, what are these things that happened during your time as a prosecutor in California? And why, and do you have anything to say for this? And Kamala's like, I'm proud of my record. But then goes on CNN to talk shit about Tulsi. That's what EA just did with SGO. SGO brought up a direct report based on sources, and everyone, and yes, everybody who knows a little something about media and reporting, news reporting, you never reveal your sources. It's not if it's a trust issue. And then at the same time, if your source, I'm like, if you never reveal your sources, first of all. And a lot of times those sources are good sources because there's trust that has been built that, hey, that source has provided information in the past that winds up 70 to about 90% true. So, but EA definitely came out and they denied that they were canceling the franchise updates. The funny thing about when I did my video is that still it all that didn't even matter to me. I haven't played the game in 2 months. I guess in 2 months, and I may have played it a month ago. I don't know. It's just that the game doesn't provide a roadmap of what features they're gonna drop outside of scouting. And I wonder, they didn't really respond to the exact updates that were gonna come out. And the thing is, these updates are coming out just like, in a way, it was funny because last year I think they had 2 updates before the year ended. They delayed the scouting update, and so far, Madden franchise users have had 1 update. And here's the thing: it's not that we're getting an update in the early new year or the 2 updates in the early new year. We're getting an update on the update. We're getting more information about the updates that are coming up, but we won't hear about that until after they go on break and stuff like that in January. So it's like the company was doing so well with giving you steady updates, and then this year happened. And I'm sorry, I can't, even though it's hard during the pandemic to do these things because people are still working at home, but you've had 2 years to adapt to this. 2 years to adapt to this. This goes for any gaming company. Obviously, things are tougher. They were tough last year. They were tough this year. It actually got easier this year. So what's really the problem? People got lazy. Games came out buggy. And then just going back to Battlefield 2042, um, and hearing that people sometimes say, "Hey, they just released the beta that they just sold everybody," and I look at the version number of the games. You know, when it says like 1.0 and then you get a patch of like 1.03 and stuff like that, and depending upon how they signify what version it is, um, I saw, and I don't know if anyone is paying attention, but next time you guys play Battlefield 2042, check the lower right hand corner and see what version it is. Because I swear it said a 0 at the beginning of it. Was is that a big enough hint that this game hasn't made maybe a major update yet? It's been making like subtle updates. That's why you're getting like a 0.03, a zero. In the last game I remember that I'm currently playing that's in a beta status is Scum, and they're about to come up on point 0.7 as far as an update. So, and I hear every company is different, every studio is different with how they do it. So don't hold it as that's the standard as far as how to. But usually, when as a consumer, as a user, and someone who's looking at these patch number designations, anything with a one in front of it to me is a complete game. Just saying. So what's up? What's really good? That's something with like a direct answer. EA, don't go on IGN addressing rumors again. I think for as far as SGO, just to go jump back to SGO's report, EA, you should have answered the man's question directly and not on another internet site, which is I figured IGN has become the spokesperson, the the speaking platform for EA Sports and Madden football. So, and I don't know if this is being. Oh no, I think this was confirmed. Just to jump a little bit, and I think this will be the last thing I'll talk about for tonight. Is NHL releasing the roster update, the roster sharing update that's gonna go live according to Clapperton. It goes by Clappy. I think his Twitter handle is Clappy TV. Supposed to go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So people will get a chance to share the rosters, and if you've already edited your rosters, apparently you can use your saved roster that you've edited and be able to share it. And the way that everything is supposed to happen, the way it's set up, it's just like it is on Madden, where you can sort by how many downloads, likes, upvotes, downvotes. I think you may be able to search by username. I know 2K kind of has them beat as far as how they do their roster sharing, settings sharing, and stuff like that. So we'll see how that works, and definitely should be a good thing for us people who play the NHL game. Now we just need real coaches in the game, and we need more strategies and better AI and more stick physics. And I think that would definitely help NHL 22 in its current cycle, and definitely help NHL 23. Because if I'm sorry, the first year on Frostbite, NHL definitely ran circles around Madden. So I expect the second year, whew, I hate being right about the hockey game. I hate being right. I've always been right. I've been right about NHL as far as just being ahead of Madden as far as gameplay has been concerned since I think NHL 10. 11. Oh, when they put real-time physics in NHL was when they made that leap forward, because Madden then had Madden 13, and Madden 13 was good, but it was just like, the physics were just way too wonky. NHL did it right the first time, and they added on ever since. They didn't backtrack, they didn't do any of those things. So that being said, I'm gonna send you guys on your way, and I'm about to go on my way. I'll probably get back into this Halo Infinite. Matter of fact, let's go back to it, shall we? So even though this is not good for Spotify, this would be good for the archives to jump into and play a little bit of Halo Infinite that I've been playing thus far. So let's see where we're at. I don't know how much sound you guys are hearing, but I'm gonna turn it up on my monitor because I want to at least hear stuff. And I don't have the subtitles on, so I'm here, and what does I need to do? So I need to pick this up. Now, what the heck? Oh, that's my AI floating around. Okay, so this is the gun right here that I have. This gun is powerful as hell. This thing literally just... It's like having a Magnum. Like the 357 Magnum. Just in your hands. Like a hand cannon. Thing is destructive. So let's pick this up, and where are we going? We're going back. So this is a little treat. Again, this is, I don't know what will be heard on Spotify, but it will definitely be a treat for people to see. I'm playing this on my Xbox Series S. Alright, where we're going? Alright, we're going there. See if we get some fighting going on. Maybe comment. Oh. Really? Yeah, weapons are still on the ground now. Look at that. See, these are all the... Look at this. Where's George at? Is he still on the ground? Let me see where he's at. Nope, no. Nope, he's not there. Oh, he may have been here. Nope, he's not there. Yeah, because I killed George earlier, and it was crazy. Alright, so let me go ahead. All the elevator. We should be good to go.
This isn't Forerunner. It identifies as vanished.
Can you operate it?
In my sleep? Not that I sleep, but... Oh! I don't need to. It's already on its way down.
And...
Incoming.
Yeah, this is a boss fight. Alright, so I don't know if I'm gonna die, but we're gonna play this boss. Oh god. Oh, is that the guy that was in that... Oh, he's got a jetpack? How come I don't get a jetpack?
Orders are that you should be brought before him. He did not specify in how many pieces.
Oh, here, take that. Okay. Oh, so he likes to... Look at the hand cannon. Alright. Oh, that's a weak-ass gun. Alright, hold up. Oh, you know what? Okay, where'd he go? Oh, he's over here? Alright, I'm sitting there just running. I have no strategy right now going on. There we go. I can quickly move around this room. Alright, and get the knee lift for him. Oh, he's got the scatter shot? Okay, I see how this is. Alright. Where are you? Yeah, take that. Where are you? See how much it... Because some of these I could throw at him. Nope. Oh, he... Nope. Doesn't work like that.
You were right. He was not friendly. By the looks of him, he
Nope.
was some sort of leader. They
Give me
called him
that.
Tremonius.
Not anymore.
That's almost funny.
Okay, so that's what that does. Alright. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Alright, so that was that boss battle. Ain't really get to say anything funny. Let me pause it here. I didn't think anything was gonna be funny from that, but I'm gonna leave on that note. So again, this is the end of another season. Oh, I got the achievement. It's, you know, the cool thing about the Microsoft ecosystem is that seeing the achievement pop up not on the screen that I'm playing the game on, but the fact that it pops up on my computer screen. So it pops up on the second monitor that I have. I think it's really cool. So I definitely like that. But I'm gonna continue playing Halo Infinite. I don't know how much into it I'm gonna play, and then I'm going to just enjoy the rest of my night. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Hopefully you guys enjoy your holidays. Be safe. Be safe on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I think I found a spot that I'm gonna go to for New Year's Eve. Nice little spot that I've usually gone to. I trust the place. I think I have good music. Maybe get into a little something. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. But you guys have a good night. I will see you guys in the new year. I will still probably... No, I don't think there's any need to make any videos but do check out the Battlefield 2042 arms dealer video that I did put out recently. I think it was a good movie. I think it was a good video, and it was something that, you know, I felt like I was doing a service for my team in winning that breakthrough match multiplayer. No AI, because now I've gotten it to where I'm just going to record all multiplayer matches, because I had a whole bunch of AI matches recorded, so I could just see, review how I play versus, like, do I need to tighten up my aim, stuff like that. Like I said, I use practice against AI, the real deals against the real people. So other than that, you guys have a good evening, a good rest of your holiday, rest of your December. Have a Merry Christmas. Yes, I said Merry Christmas. Sue me, cancel me, I don't care. Doesn't work like that over here. It's Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Both can exist at the same time. Just like Happy Thanksgiving and National Mourning for Indigenous people. Both can exist at the same time. Had somebody try to throw a guilt trip on me because I want to eat good food on a day that, you know, you can signify can be a happy day, but not have it based on the tragedy of Native Americans and stuff like that. But tell you what, Valentine's Day comes around, I won't hear anybody talk about the massacres, but you know, it is what it is. All right, I will see you guys later. Sure, actually, no, in the new year. Peace.